8 things I wish I knew before losing 50 pounds. And if you're starting your own weight loss journey, these insights will save you time and a lot of unnecessary effort. Unfortunately, I needed to learn these things the hard way, and I'm sharing it with you so your path can be smoother than mine. Point one, it was never just about eating less. The biggest mistake that I made was eating as little as possible. But looking back now, this kind of approach is never going to work in the long run. And I will tell you why. Eating too little will only keep you hungry. It will keep you low on energy, and the worst thing of all is in the end, you will always end up overeating. This cycle will repeat itself 2 or 3 times until you realize that you're unable to stick to your weight loss plans, and what happens in the end, you just stop. What actually works is eating more, but eating more of the right foods. Foods that are high in nutrition and low on calorie. The biggest hurdle for most people in losing weight is they need to track everything that they eat. However, if you stick to whole foods most of the time, you won't be needing to track your calories each and every day. And these foods are, for example, any lean protein like chicken, vegetables, fruits, basically everything and anything that you can find in nature. Avoid processed foods and anything with a long ingredient list, and that's basically all you need to do. It doesn't need to be that complicated. This way, your weight loss journey will be way more sustainable. You'll be teaching yourself how to continue and live healthy, and you will learn to understand foods better. Keep in mind that the #1 reason that people struggle with their weight loss journey is that they still want to eat those pre-packed pizzas and all kinds of trash, which simply isn't realistic if you want to lose real weight. Point two, all or nothing will keep you stuck. And for me, for years, it was the same thing. Either I was dieting or the complete opposite, I was just off the rails. You need to understand that progress can still happen on days that you are not doing perfect. Every time I messed up and had a bigger meal than I planned, or I skipped a workout, or I had a stressful day at the job, I just ditched the whole plan for the day. I just convinced myself that that day was already gone. But the thing is, being consistent all the time beats being perfect on certain days. Learning to give yourself some grace and still moving forward is the key to success, not just in weight loss, in anything that you do in life. So keep that in mind. Point three is the habits that you build to lose weight are also the habits that you need to keep the weight off. Once you hit your target weight, you need to take into consideration that nothing magical will happen and nothing will actually change. Meaning all the habits that I didn't have in the past, the habits that I built for my weight loss journey, and I will name them in a second, those habits are there to stay for life if you want to keep your physique. And you already know what I'm talking about. It's about eating whole foods most of the time, keeping up your steps at least 10K a day, and lifting weights at least 3 times a week. And occasionally you also want to track your food intake just for awareness. The biggest positive about maintaining your weight is that you can eat a bit more calories than usual. However, the habits that you build need to stay there for life. Actually, as you get older, they get more and more important. So focus on habits that you can see yourself doing long term. Forget about dieting because dieting is just for now and we want to keep the weight off. Now, if you like the video so far, make sure to download my 3-day meal plan down below in the description. It's the exact foods that I ate to lose 50 pounds, including the exercises that I did daily. Point 4, there comes a moment where progress builds its own momentum. There is a moment where the results of your efforts and the pain you went through become visible. The moment when your clothing starts to fit more comfortably, when people give you compliments, and the moment when you start to see a different person in the mirror. Sometimes it can see that all the effort that you're putting in is basically for nothing, because no changes will appear. The thing is, if you look at yourself for every day in the mirror, you won't see any changes, but if you do it on a monthly basis, say every 30 days, you will notice your momentum way more. Tracking it daily, however, and seeing no results can do the opposite. It can make you feel miserable and you will stop in your weight loss journey. Push until the moment that you really see changes, and you will see that everything becomes way easier after that point. Point 5, and I mentioned it briefly in this video already, quick weight loss is not sustainable. With each and every person that comes to me to help, I hear the same thing over and over again. I lost weight quickly and I regained it. But weight loss is as any task in the world, as any job in the world. If you do too many things in one day, at the end of the day, you will be broken, tired, and just done. As I mentioned earlier, this way of losing weight isn't sustainable, and what keeps happening is you keep coming back to that point when you realize you won't be able to keep up with it. So slow down, aim for steady progress, and you will feel better, stay consistent, and able to stick to your weight loss plan. Point 6, breaking your journey into phases make things way easier. Looking at it like I need to lose 50 pounds is way too overwhelming for each and every person that starts their weight loss journey. You need to be focusing on steady weight loss for 8 to 10 weeks. At that point, you will be at maintenance level, you will have some time to regain some energy and strength and motivation motivation, and from that point you will be continuing. So instead of losing weight like this, it will look a bit more like this, just like a pair of stairs. This will take the pressure off, it will give you more confidence, and it will make your weight loss journey doable. Point 7. Your environment means more than your motivation, because your environment will shape your success more than you can understand in each and every way. And I mean your surroundings, your kitchen, your routines, they have a massive impact on whether you will stay consistent. In the beginning, I relied heavily on willpower. I thought I needed more and more discipline. But what actually matters is creating your environment in such a way that the easiest option is also the healthiest option. These things include, for example, keeping your protein meals prepped and ready to go, keeping healthier snacks at sight and somewhere that I could easily reach them. Simply don't buy any tempting foods. Prepare your workout clothes the night before you go, and always having a water bottle somewhere around me. These small changes, they remove friction. It will be easier for you when you have only two options, and it's either healthy or healthier. So set up everything around you that aligns with your goals. This will help you to reach your goals, but also to stay that person in the end, the person without a belly. And finally, point 8. Your success is built on the days that you don't feel motivated. Look, life will always get messy. You have work, you have family, obligations, I know all about it. But you need to learn and show up when things get hard as well. You don't have time to go to the gym? Do a short walk. You don't have time to cook? Make a simpler meal. You don't have time today to track your food? Track it roughly. The point is, doing something instead of nothing is always better. Your results depend on the days you keep on going, even if things are not working out. That's where habits and long-term success are built. As I mentioned earlier, make sure to download my 3-day meal plan down below in the description. It's what helped me to lose 50 pounds, and it also includes the home exercise that I did each and every day. You can either try this meal plan for 7 days and let me know down below in the comments what it did for you. If you have any questions, feel free to comment as well, because I'll be reacting to all the replies that I'm getting. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like my video, and I will see you in the next one.